The following is a Glass City Communications production.
Captain's log, stardate 9711.2. The Valkyries completed a mapping mission in the Frigate sector right after our computer systems upgrade, well ahead of schedule, and the crew's currently enjoying a brief rest period before I receive new orders. After a year as captain, I'm extremely proud of the ship and the crew's performance on the varied missions we've so far undertaken. End log entry.
Yeah.
Love 40.
I thought you said you were good at this.
I find most Earth physical activities are too delicate for an Endorian.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Game, set, match, player 1.
Congratulations, Anne. I must work on my serve.
Thank you, Sharon, and don't feel down. I've been playing this since I was 12 years old.
Next time we will play Rakto, a similar game from Andoria, which requires skill and strength, in which I will surely prevail.
I'll look it up in the database. See you later, Sharon.
Sir, what can I do for you, Captain?
At ease, Mr. Shrun. So what was the final score? So you lost as well. She must be good.
Bridge to Captain Stanfield.
Stanfield here.
We are picking up a faint distress call from an unknown source, sir.
Change course to intercept, Commander. Shrun and I are en route to the bridge. Stanfield out.
These are the adventures
Of the crew of the
Starship Valkyrie.
In peacetime or wartime.
Its mission is the same as all of Starfleet's.
To seek out new life and new civilizations.
To preserve the peace and protect the Federation.
To brave the unknown.
In man's greatest frontier.
Episode 202, The Nebula.
Closing in on the signal, sir. We haven't been able to pinpoint its exact location.
Any indication as to their identity?
not in the message, sir. We've received an extremely weak signal. Language is of a type never before encountered.
I've been able to pinpoint the source as within the Tolok Nebula, bearing 020 Mark II.
Change course, Mr. Shrun.
Aye, sir. We will reach the nebula in 12 minutes.
Travis, what do we have on that nebula?
Discovered by the Derwent unmanned probe on stardate 7715, the interior is unexplored.
Wouldn't the probe have picked up the distress call?
It was only a mapping probe. It wasn't designed to record or pick up any other signals.
You're certain the message came from inside the nebula?
As best as I can determine, sir.
Okay, there's only one way to find out. If someone out here needs our help, we have a duty to render assistance. Bridge to engineering.
Elviak here, Captain. I've been monitoring the situation, sir. The shields will need to be boosted to protect the crew and ship from any radiation in the nebula.
All right, engineer, batten down the hatches.
Approaching the nebula, sir.
Slow to 1/3 impulse power.
What do you read, Lieutenant? Anything out there?
Sensor's effectiveness is minimal, Captain. The signal source is transmitting, and I'm feeding my sensor bearing to the helm console. Seems to be an unknown planet, sir. The star is a Class F.
That's extremely unusual. Shrun, take us in on a standard orbital approach.
Aye, sir.
Report!
Sudden power loss to all systems.
Warning, deflector shield failure, lethal radiation levels.
We've been caught in some kind of turbulent current. It's pulling us into the planetoid's gravity well. I don't have engine power, sir.
Engineering, we need propulsion power.
Working on it, sir. Whatever this is, it's neutralized both warp and impulse reactors. We still have backup battery power. Whatever we do, this will take time.
If we don't get impulse power back, we will burn up in the planetoid's atmosphere or crash onto the surface. Thruster power will not be sufficient to change our trajectory.
I am unable to get clear sensor readings on the planetoid's atmosphere.
The antimatter reactor has been completely neutralized. It will take a minimum of 30 minutes to regenerate the main engines now. Even if we get this reactor going, this energy dampening field could just shut it right down again.
Warning, deflector shield failure, lethal radiation levels.
Bridge to sickbay. Doctor, I need your medical staff to deliver anti-radiation doses to the crew.
Aye, sir.
Sensors did not detect this particle stream until we were inside it, Captain. It's dense and fast-moving, but particularly invisible, somewhat like a jet stream in Earth's atmosphere. And this energy dampening field, whatever it is, varies in intensity. Have a look at the scan, sir. The resolution is poor, but
some areas of the field are weak and some are much stronger. Any idea what's causing it?
I'm afraid not, Captain. In fact, I was only able to perform the scan using a technique I came across just yesterday in a Federation Science journal.
If we could only move the ship into the weaker areas of the effect, then we could activate minimal shields.
Captain, tricorders and equipment with independent power supplies are still operating. It seems that smaller power sources are proportionally less affected by this field.
That's a good find, Lieutenant.
I have an idea, sir. How about using a shuttlecraft? Perhaps its energy output would be low enough to be less affected.
A shuttlecraft could maneuver through the weaker portions of the field more easily.
But to where, sir?
If we were able to maneuver a shuttle to the weakest part of the field within tractor beam range, the shuttle might just have enough propulsive power to get us into orbit around that planetoid.
It's possible, sir. There are too many unknown variables for me to run an effective simulation.
Captain, I'd like to be the one to try.
Do you feel up to it, Lieutenant?
Absolutely, sir.
All right, we may not have much longer. Time is critical. On your way, mister, and good luck to you.
Aye, sir. Swanson to bridge. The Anderson is ready for departure.
Understood. Follow the predetermined course and then lock onto Valkyrie.
Launch initiated. I've cleared the bay. The ride's extremely rough. It's like the descent into Titan.
Things should improve soon.
Hang in there, Lieutenant. You're doing just fine.
Valkyrie is now making contact with an atmosphere, sir. Hull temperature rising fast.
She's handling much better now.
Warning, outer hull temperature approaching thermal limit.
You're almost at the tractor point.
Standing by to lock on.
Temperature is now passing 2,000 degrees.
Warning, outer hull temperature approaching thermal limit.
We can't take much more of this. Captain, are you alright, sir?
Yeah, I think so. I'm okay. Anybody hurt?
Gina's unconscious, Captain.
Medical team to the bridge.
Unable to comply. Communications are offline.
Internal comms are down.
Andrew, use the emergency med kit. What's our status?
Attempting to determine that now.
She has a possible concussion. Nothing to worry about. She's coming around.
Warning. Deflector shield failure. Lethal radiation levels.
The anti-radiation therapy cannot be continued indefinitely, sir. It won't last much longer.
Well, at least our immediate problem's been solved.
We may be safe for now, sir, but without good readings on the atmosphere, I can't say for certain if this is a stable orbit.
Can you locate Mr. Swanson?
Nothing detectable, sir.
Okay, keep scanning, Mr. Reed.
Valkyrie, this is Lieutenant Swanson. Come in.
Unable to comply. Communications are offline.
Damn it. Computer, how far is the origin of the alien distress signal from present location?
6.1 kilometers.
That's my first bit of luck in a long time. Give me a reading on the atmosphere.
Composition. 67% nitrogen, 22% carbon dioxide, 8.3.
Stop. Okay, so our luck's run out again. I'll need an environmental suit. Computer, begin log entry.
Acknowledged.
Log entry, Lieutenant Swanson recording. Just after I disengaged the tractor beam, I must have blacked out, and I don't know if the plan worked out or not. I woke up on the surface in fairly good shape for a crash landing, but my communications array is wrecked. I'm going to try and get to the source of the original distress call that brought us out here. When I do, I might be able to contact the ship. That's if the Valkyrie is still up there. Computer, open the rear door.
Acknowledged.
Beautiful.
We are getting to the end of the line with these drugs.
Elbrick to sickbay. You should now have more power to operate your surgical equipment.
Understood, sir. How did you accomplish that?
We are tapping power from the shuttlecraft in the base into the ship's power grid. Seems to be working, at least partially.
Thank you. Sick bay out. Get these two on biobeds 1 and 2. Administer small doses at frequent intervals. It's more effective that way.
How's the crew doing, Doctor?
We already have people showing signs of radiation sickness, and in some species the drug is less effective.
We've established minimal force fields around certain areas of the ship, including sickbay. The crew's moving to those areas. That should help reduce the exposure.
Sir, if I can't reverse the effects of the radiation,
Doctor, Anne, you've done a fine job here, both you and your team. Carry on.
All I can see ahead are a series of hills. Something must lie beyond. At least I'm not detecting any radiation down here. Whoever they are, if they survived a crash, can breathe this air, they have a chance of survival. Moving to the top of the ridge, I haven't picked up any life signs as of yet. I have to admit, this suit has held up well. Holy macadamia. It's a city. Or what's left of one. It's completely in ruins. I'm heading in.
Nebula here, Captain. All this power we have harnessed from the shuttlecraft is just barely enough to enable us to try and restart the warp reactor. We would have to disable all the other systems.
First priority is to maintain force fields where the crew is sheltered. We can't expose the crew to any more radiation.
Captain, I strongly recommend we use the power we have to try to restart the core now.
Didn't you say the dampening field would most likely stop the reaction as soon as it started?
Yes, sir. But we need to try.
There's no point in expending energy on something that likely won't work. We need to protect the crew above all else, Mr. Elbert.
But, sir...
No, I've made my decision on this. Bridge out.
I'm moving through a multitude of ruined structures. This was once an impressive place. It reminds me of images from Earth's Third World War. Closing in on the source of the signal now, and I'm still not detecting any life signs. I thought I was going to find a ship, but I don't think anyone is alive down here. Right now, I'm moving into a structure through a small doorway. Whoever lived here was a lot smaller than the average human. Maybe about 1.5 meters tall, at most. There's a lot of interface panels in here. The tricorder is analyzing the language. Hopefully, we'll find something here. I'm picking up... That's unbelievable. There's a massive underground power source here. Nothing down here seems to be affected by the energy dampening field. Okay, I found the communication equipment. I'm going to try and contact Valkyrie. Valkyrie, this is Lieutenant Michael Swanson. Come in. Come in, Valkyrie. Come in, Valkyrie. This is Lieutenant Swanson.
Sir, the alien distress signal has ended, but I'm now picking up a new transmission from the surface.
On speakers.
Come in, USS Valkyrie. I know you can hear me. Come in, Valkyrie. This is Lieutenant Swanson. Come in.
We just barely read you, Lieutenant. What's your condition?
Well, sir, the shuttle soft landed, but communications were out. So I made my way to the source of the alien signal. It's cities, deserted and ruined. My tricorder estimates it to be several hundred years old. I found some kind of a control room where the systems are still actively powered. There's a huge power source registering beneath my position. A reactor, a generator, or something. It's like 100 warp cores are down here.
Captain, atmospheric drag on the ship is increasing.
We must be re-entering the atmosphere, Captain.
Damn. Bridge to engineering. Proceed with your plan to reactivate main engines, Mr. Elbert, but maintain power for a comm line to the surface. We need that.
Aye, sir. I'm diverting all the power we have to the main reactor for a full restart. We'll get her out of this, Captain.
Captain, is it possible this dampening effect is artificial? Created by some form of technology down there?
We haven't found any natural reason for it.
I believe I am at the source of it. Whoever these people were, they were clearly, technologically, much more advanced than we are.
Lieutenant, you must try and shut down that power source and deactivate the dampening field. Valkyrie's re-entering the atmosphere and we have to restart the warp core. Did he receive my last transmission?
Unknown, sir.
Damn it. How do I access this thing? Okay, that's it. That's it!
Left, south, west,
What's this? Oh no!
Picking up a signal from the surface again, sir.
Captain, I continue deactivating the field, but sir, doing that appears to initiate an energy feedback. The reactor is going to overload within minutes!
My God.
Bridge to Elbert. We have only one chance to survive. You must restart the reactor now. Transfer enough power to beam up Mr. Swanson and then proceed.
Aye, sir. Right, everyone. We are performing an emergency restart now.
Sir, antimatter temperature is still well below safe limits.
This will be a cold restart, Lieutenant. A controlled implosion to kickstart the reactor.
Is that possible, sir?
With the right formula, yes, it is. But certainly more dangerous than standard procedure.
This formula will generate a time warp. The captain needs to do an announcement for the crew to let them know.
Jones, monitor these readings. Fox, align the dilithium crystals.
Aye, sir.
Bridge, we're almost ready.
Welcome back, Mr. Swanson. Take your station.
Aye, sir.
All temperatures rising, Captain.
Sir, we are ready.
All decks, all stations. Prepare for emergency restart and subsequent time warp effect.
Massive power readings from the planetoid, sir. Ready to blow!
Engage.
Time warp. You're regressing back, sir. Velocity is off the scale. Reverse engine full stop. Controls now at full stop.
We made it, Captain.
Bridge, hold the ship at full stop, Captain. We have some extensive repairs to make.
Well done, Paul. Well done. Captain's log, stardate 9712.7. The Valkyrie regressed in time 2.5 days due to the time warp effect. Mr. Elberg's team has repaired most major systems, and I've recommended Lieutenant Swanson to receive the Starfleet Medal of Commendation for his performance on this mission. End log entry. Enter. What can I do for you, Lieutenant?
I wanted to thank you for nominating me to receive a commendation.
Lieutenant, your performance in the face of danger during the last few days has been nothing short of exemplary. It's for that kind of conduct that Starfleet decorations were created. What's that?
I wanted to show you this, sir. I brought it with me from the city. An artifact from a long-gone civilization.
It's an intriguing sculpture. You know, we may never know anything more of the race that built that city. Theirs is one of the countless stories out here.
Yes, sir. I'm going to look after this.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Resume your station.
Aye, aye, sir.
Did you enjoy your shore leave?
Shrun, was that a joke?
It was.
Captain, all stations report fully operational.
Then, Andrew, let's resume our mission.
Aye, sir. Helm, set course for the Fornax cluster. Warp factor 5.
Mr. Shrun, engage.
You've been listening to Star Trek Valkyrie, Episode 202, The Nebula. Starring Jerry Stanford as Captain Edward Stanfield, Michael Liebman as Commander Andrew Miller, Toby Curfman as Lieutenant Commander Shrun, Michael Studeberg as Chief Engineer Paul Elberg, Dean Rogers as Lieutenant Michael Swanson, Jacob Stanford as Lieutenant Travis Reed, Spring Stanford as Lieutenant Gina Bellamy, Alexis Waters as Dr. Anne Ravenwood, John Kwan Yuen as Lieutenant Stephen Fox, and Andrea Collimber as Valkyrie's computer voice. Guest starring Mark Friedman as the alien computer voice. Music by Jerry Goldsmith, Dennis McCarthy, Hans Zimmer. Original theme for Valkyrie by Jesse Richardson. The Nebula was written, directed, and mixed by John Kwan Yuen. Your announcer is Andrea Collimber. Star Trek Valkyrie is based on Star Trek, created by Gene Roddenberry. Star Trek is a registered trademark of Paramount and CBS, all rights reserved. Star Trek Valkyrie is not affiliated with Paramount, CBS, or any other Star Trek rights holders. No copyright infringement is intended. Star Trek Valkyrie is a production of Glass City Communications. Executive producer is Jerry Stanford. Visual arts director for Valkyrie is VideoSpaceFX. Stay tuned for our next episode, available for free download at StarTrekValkyrie.com and available on YouTube, youtube.com/user/ValkyrieNCC2590.